Okay, each of you has a random card that was pulled. We didn't go into these neighborhoods like, oh, we're gonna pick the ones with issues. Someone other than Wayne or myself pulled each of these cards. If you flip to the very back, I circled something. That shows you the last time someone viewed that property. Does anyone have a 2019? Does anyone have a 2018? 1. 2017. 2016, so on and so forth. I bet you the majority of you have a 2011. Am I right?
No, 2015.
Okay. Your guidelines say you should, the quad year which he was speaking of that comes up in 2020, you should view all properties at least once every 4 years. Clearly, by the evidence I've shown, this hasn't been done. So for a staff of 4 people, even with 3 interns, to measure all these residential properties could take 2 to 3 years, because there are other things we do throughout the year. In order for us to do it in the shortest amount of time to meet all the deadlines, we would have to bring someone whose sole job would be to go out and measure these properties. Like, we have some of those property record cards may actually be accurate, have the information we need on it, but we don't know that. In these folders, these are pictures. These say from 2008 to 2010, but they were taken in 1996. I was born in 88, and I don't think I look the same as I did in 88, so I'm assuming in 96 I don't look the same as I do in 2019. So things are constantly changing, and these things have not been maintained.
At last month's meeting, they stood up and told you that the number on the back of the card represented the last time the property was viewed. This is very much not the case. In fact, they did even mention that it could be that they were viewed, but had no way of knowing. While I worked for Wayne, I tried repeatedly to show him what work had been done and how and where to find that information. He said no every time. It was made very clear to me that even though I had worked there for almost 6 years and he was brand new to the office, that I was inferior to him and he did not need to listen to me. This is not the first time one of Wayne Williams' mistakes cost the Urbana taxpayers money. While they were showing you the property cards that most had the year 2011 on the back, they never once directed you to flip the card over and see what the actual assessments were. I myself called and requested 6 random cards pulled from different neighborhoods all over Urbana and checked the assessments. One had only been reassessed once since 2011. All the rest were 3, 4, or 5 times each. I feel like them not telling you that information was deliberately misleading, which I know Wayne Williams is very capable of, as he lied to me repeatedly every day I worked for him. Whenever I said anything about his lies, he said, "You cannot prove that, or that would be very difficult for you to prove."